Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man Bad Chad. Queen Jolene's on the camera, and we are on air. This is going to be my second attempt on the firewall. I've changed my mind. What I did the first time, now we're just going to case it in the way I think I'm going to do it this time. And here we go. I'm going to get a die grinder, get it cleaned off a little bit, and then we'll go from there. So every piece that I've cut too short, I may be able to reuse. What I've got here is, I don't want to get into this, I was thinking about it, I don't want to get into this angle. I have the hinge that was right there. I know where the hinge is bolted on. I know where the hinge is bolted on that side. It's flat, and that's where I'm going with it. After I get the flat piece going across, I can bring the dash down and make a bend in and come down like that after. But let's get this piece in. I'm just trying to make it easier on myself. I was complicating it before by trying to put the angle on it. Was not necessary, not 1 second. There is my hinge, the top of my hinge right there. Top of my hinge right there. Whoop, whoop. We're going right there. Top of that hinge. Right to the top of that hinge. Just going to do this, knock that off. Cause me less headache if I knock it off now. I know sometimes when you're building something and you don't know where you're going, it can become confusing and overwhelming. But just take a little bit of time and try to figure it out. Think about it for a second. I thought about it, and I see what's easier is what I'm doing here right now. We got a straight across panel here. We're straight across, straight across. This angle up here was confusing me a little bit. I was trying to deal with that first. We'll just put a piece of panel up there, come down, and then bend it across and come down and face it like that. That'll be much easier than what I was trying to do. We'll get the welder going again. That way there, I have no measuring to do either. I'm just going to go with what the car tells me. The car tells me that the hinge was on this side. Straight to the top here. I can see it. I can see it. I'm going to bring it up to the face of it. Where the hinge is. Just trying to hold it there for now. Top of the hinge. Taking it to got the tape measure out, don't want to, but 25 and a half. 25 and a half. What are you waiting for? All right. That's good. Just going to grab a helmet for a second. Do a little better job than I without a helmet. Put a couple more shots of weld on it. Satisfy myself it's in place. I think this puts value in the strength of the car. The dash would do a fair bit here. This would do a bit. But let's face it, to make this car collapse, you'd have to bend that tube would have to bend. Good thick metal to weld to coming down because I have the hinge. Okay, we got a piece in there that we can rely on. 25 and a half. 25 and a half. You remember there was a piece yesterday that I cut was too short. Well, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going back to that piece and I'm going to use it. I'm going to go back to that piece and we're going to use it. Which is the straighter cut. That don't look bad. Awesome. Not the ideal spot to work, but let's face it. I'm thinking that we're pretty good to go there. Aha. Kind of doesn't give me a straight panel look there, does it though? Ouch. Just going to get outside of it. And see how that, I can have it do that. We're going straight across here. And you can see down here, it's kind of kicks it out a bit. I don't think I want that. I think I want it straight across. These are going across like that. They must have been going with something that was underneath the car. That's why they're that way. That's basically, they must have been a cross member there. I'm sure there was when Doug cut it out. But that's why it's connected there. But I want to make this go down straight. So I'm going to take some more off that and take it up further. And let's do this. I'm going to drop a line down there where it's supposed to go. I'm going to shut off the MIG welder for a second. I know where my cross piece is going across. Now I want to point out where my floor pieces are going. I have a little tiny long enough. Maybe right there somewhere. Close. Somewhere. Just gonna, instead of measuring it, just gonna stick it on where I want it. Passenger side. Both the same. Let's do it. Push it both the same. I want it straight up and down. Turn on the welder. Thanks for coming back, everybody. We appreciate it. Yes, we do. Just building old cars is what we like to do. That's all we like to do is building old cars. Passenger side, passenger side, passenger side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tack that on the bottom where I like it, and then we'll do a little measure poo-poo, and then we'll get it. Tack it where it's easy to get it off. I have to remind myself that sometimes. Tack it where it's easy to get it off. And the reason I say tack it where it's easy to get off, because I might want to pull it off. Basically, or twist it, or move it, or something. And twist that a little bit now. There we go, I like that better. Now, I'm going to try to get them the same distance apart. Jolene was saying how, if I want to change my spark plugs, how are you going to do that? Well, basically I'm thinking now, now that I got this sectioned off here, I can make a panel here so I can get in through there to change spark plugs. We'll have to decide that after. We're just kind of framing it up right at the basic moment here. I'm going to take this. Let's try this. I'm not sure if this is the greatest idea, but it's on down there where it wants to be, and it's square going up here. Well, thank you. We're good and square, I think. Fairly decent. Fairly decent. Put another tack on it. Now we're just going to take a look at it and see if we even like it. tell as I'm looking, I'm just sitting here staring at it, looking at it, and I can see that we're in center. The transmission is in the center of the car because we're right in the center of what's going on. The crank bolt is in the center of that cross member. As I get looking across here, I can see on this, the blower is on this side further than that side. It's over this further. That's why that top piece is over this way a little bit, because it is off center this way a little bit. I can see that the blower comes straight down and there's a whole valve pan cover sitting there on this side, and it comes down there. It seems like it's just over a little bit further. No excuses. We'll make it work. And that's simple as that. But that's the firewall I'm going for, I guess. I'm thinking that this would come. We have a panel come in through here. Not sure how I'm going to make that panel come off there, or what's going to happen there yet. Do not know. But this piece here does not have to have, to me. This does not have to have anything, because there's nothing there to work on unless you're going to pull the engine out. Transmission fluid, you go through here. Spark plugs go through there. Exhaust manifolds, you can go through there. Let's make a little tiny piece over top here so we can get our transmission tunnel going. I'm thinking that I'm happy with the way the engine. I'm happy with the way the engine's sitting in there. Very happy. Transmission tunnel, let's do it. Get some square stock. I'm going to go in here and make a small piece. Is my welder still on? Do you want me to shut it off? I shut it off. Turned off. Mark on the floor over there, I bet you. She's gonna throw it to me because she's good boy, she's good. And where I have this kind of squared up. It's squared up pretty decent. Looks good. Everything's coming down square. This is flat here, flat panel here, flat panel here, flat panel there. I may as well continue on. We'll take a piece and put it over top of here. We'll cut her. Let's take it on the other side. Come here and there and take a look, see what we want. I'm thinking we should be happy there. Nah, getting the engine out might want some more room. Should have a little bit so we can get up there quite a ways. That would be nice. Let's do that. Let's get up there quite a ways. Does not matter. Just make it better. Let's cut that off. I'm hoping if I put that in there, I can run the square and take the piece with me in case I got the wrong piece. Turn this on. Now, beautiful. No smooth fuse you, Jolene, but beautiful. Let's take in this sucker on there. See if I can't just, be nice if I didn't even have to, we could just run that on there instead of run the tape measure and all that stuff. Hopefully I can just put that square on there and put the square going across. Give herself some room for that transmission, I'm thinking. All right, hoping that'll work. Beautiful. Happy with that. Put tack here. Just going tacking it up. Let's do this. Make a nice one, I guess. We'll do it so it's gives us a little bit of room still. We want room around that transmission, obviously. A little bit of room, I'm thinking. I just don't want to enclose it and then have it say it's too close and then you can't get it in or out. Just let's do that. Let's cut that. Anytime I can get away with a tape measure, get away without using a tape measure, I try to, with using that square to put that in there. If I square it up on that side and I've squared it all the way, basically I'm just hoping that it stays square if I keep it square, and that's all I'm doing. Trying to get away from the tape measure. Sometimes it can be havoc when you're building a car. For me, that is. I shouldn't say anything about a tape measure because let's face it, a tape measure gets you true and right every time generally. But I generally do not like using a tape measure because it slows me down, and I don't feel like the 1/8 or the 16th or that even the 1/4 inch that I'm out affects anything, to be honest with you. I don't feel like it affects anything. I guess it's that old thing, if you don't mind, it don't matter. If you know what I'm trying to tell you, if you don't mind, it don't matter. I do not mind one iota being off an 8. Don't matter to me. As long as it looks good is all I care. Now we got a pretty good looking piece going on there. What we'll do is we'll make 2 of them, and then we'll get them all welded on the same place, hopefully. Then we have something to weld to all along the cross here. We got square stock here. We got square stock all up in here. We got square stock all up, square stock in here. We got somewhere to go and somewhere to start with. And if we stay in with the perimeters of the engine that we cut out, we should be fine. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, too short. One piece. Just need another piece to make this length. Let's do the exact same piece. Then we should have the exact same thing. I'll cut the line because the line's on the outside of the pattern. Hey today. I'll be right with you in a second. Now let's see if we can put these 2 pieces in. They should be close. Well, they're not. They should be, I said. What we'll do is we'll just knock a little bit off this one. Let's sand it off instead. They can't go on the same place if they're not the same length. That's what I'm thinking. Grab a little bit off this. Just going to plunk them on, see what happens, see what it looks like. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them in here. I'll put one in, and I'll put it in with my eye. And what I mean by my eye is I'll put in where it fits the best. That fits the best to me, right there. I'll slap that one on there. Now see that distance there? We'll just try to keep the same distance with the other one. Right? That's basically it. We'll keep the same distance with the other one. The sharp line's down here. So that one over there is going to dictate the height of this one. And I'm not going to measure it because I don't feel like I have to. That over there. Now, we have something for our tunnel to come up to weld to. I'm going to tack a couple more tacks on this. See if they look the same. All right, take them off. Beautiful. Alrighty there, that looks good from in here. Looks really good. I want to get outside and just take a look at it for a second. See what it looks like. Get a visual from it. It looks like it's got a lots of room around here. That looks good. Like I could lift that up 4 or 5, maybe 6 inches there. That seems to be fine. I just want to look at it from the front. That looks nice. Each square stock that's coming down is in the middle of the valve pan cover. That's nice. The engine is in the center of the car, maybe favoring one side a little bit more maybe, but it is in the center of the car. As I'm looking at this, as I'm looking at it right now, that looks good to me. I mean, that seems pretty basic. Basically, I want to keep it basic as possible and simple as possible to do this because, let's face it, that's the kind of car it is, I'm thinking. I see a piece coming, we'll say a piece covering this, and a piece coming off the dash, and then a 90 on the brake and bent down the front. Not sure in which order, but this is also what I see. As I got the transmission in there, I can figure out the tunnel. I got it cut out to back here. Seems almost foolish for me not to add a piece of square stock here and take it right up to the front there. And the reason being, if I do that, then I can, that's an easy cap for that. Let's do that. Let's do it. Let's cut some metal up. All right. Basically, I'm just connecting the dots. You know, the first day I started it, had no idea where I was going with it. But now as I get going, nail a few things down, make a few decisions. We better measure that first or somewhere close. What I'll do is I'll measure it close and then I'll trace it to fit. Hope that, I like doing that, doesn't hurt my feelings any. Just kind of wondering what I want to do here. We're at, we'll say, 56 inches, and I got a couple angles to make. 56 inches. This is what I got going on. I got my floor pan here. I got my square stock directly underneath of it. I'm just wondering if I want to I think what I'm going to do is maybe take the square stock, I'll run it on the inside. I could play it out here and be on the outside and cap it, but on the in floor it takes away room, so I'm going to put my square stock on the inside and we'll come down and go to this piece. We'll maybe make a little tiny 90 there or something when we put that piece in, because that's all going to be, you know, if you can picture it. Let's do it and then you'll see it. There's no better learning than watching and see it be done with the mistakes and without the mistakes. And the reason being is you can see what it takes, what's going on. Then you can see how you want to fix it or how you would want to do it. If nothing else, well, I wouldn't do it that way, or I'd do it that way, or whatever. Just keep that in mind as I'm doing this. It doesn't have to be done exactly this way, but if you can take something from it, awesome. This is the quickest way for me to cut the little pipe a little bit long, stick it in there, trace the angle, and go with it. Now, a little bit of that. I'm going to go on the inside of that, and the reason I'm going to go on the inside of that because the panel is going to lay on this side of it, and it's going to come down on this side. If I lay it on top like that, then I'm taking more room away, and I got this shelf hanging on here. So we're going to go in there. We're going to stick it in there. That'd be awesome if it ran with that. That'd be absolutely awesome. We got an angle there. Let's angle this. I'm going to take and just angle that a little bit with a sander wheel. Make it fit a little bit better. So this is, like I said, this is how I like doing it sometimes. Just taking and I gotta get in there, I guess. And this is how easy it can be. You can make a dry shaft tunnel and a firewall take 6 months. If you want to take the time and do all this funny stuff to it, make everything in circular motion and all that sort of stuff, you can do it. Sure you can. This way here, I feel like it's the fastest and the most efficient way that it can be done. Is with the square stock and knocking it all together that way, and it still can look very professional if you do a good job on it. I don't say professional. Professional means you get paid for the job that you're doing. So if you're a carpenter and you're getting paid for it, you're a professional. Basically, that's it. It does not mean the quality of work. Hopefully on there somewhere, hope it fits. Got to come down there quite a ways. Sometimes you get down these angles, it can play funny with you. Let's sand it off. That's better than having way not enough. It's hard to believe how good them sanding wheels work until you use one. We're getting close. We're getting close. I might just take a zip cut off it. Make it easier on myself. Getting closer all the time. Getting closer. I don't want to push on too much. We'll sand it. Round the edges up on her must mean she's good. Must mean she's good. Yeah. That'll work. That'll work. I've got some weld right in there. You can see where it's welded together. I want to zip that out just a little tiny bit so that sits. Nope, not going to do it. That's doing a great job there. I'm going to knock off the corner off this so it fits better. So it fits in there a little bit. Just 45 that off. Knock the corner of it off so it'll fit on that weld and bring it in a little tighter, that's all. A little better, a little better. Bring it up there a little tighter. Stop it, stop it. All right, let's turn the welder on. No, please no. Now, what I should do is put the helmet on real quick. I should buzz the front of this on real quick, just in case. What's going to happen is I'm running these up here, and it looked like they're hitting along the front of that. What I want to do is I want to buzz the face of this on, buzz it, knock it off, and then I can put it on so it looks good. Putting lots of weld on. You'll see why here in a second. Got to do this. Just because this is coming up and I'm thinking it's hitting it and I'll have no better time to weld than that. Lots of weld there. All right, what I gotta do is, I got the inside to the inside. Gotta figure out something. If you want to shut that off for a second, sweetheart, you can, before I weld that in there. Getting ahead of myself here just a little tiny bit. I gotta go to that damn tape measure. We have 7.5 in there. We want to find center. Center of 19.5. 9 3/4? No, 9. Yeah. What, 9 3/4? Stay on there. 9 3/4 center. And I said, ouch. Yow! And I said 7.5. What's the middle of 7.5? 3.5 would be 7. 7, 3 3/4. I'll check it off and see what happens. That's the inside. That's the inside. Now I'm going to look at it. 3 3/4. 3 3/4. That's on the inside of that because that's 7.5. Yeah, see, look, it does hit that, so it's good that if you want to turn that welder back on, my lovely assistant, might get our piece down in there, piece right here. See if I can't knock it on here. Hard to hold by myself. Stop it. Now, can't get down in there once I. Stop it. Tricky. If you don't think it is, you'll have to try it. And then we'll go in there. Just tack it. And then we'll go up front and see what it looks like. I like that one. Good to me. Just tack it. Let's make another one. Probably should have cut another one right off the top of that, but I did not. It's okay. Turn that off. Now, bring this light over here. Just going to take a look at it for a second before I stick another one in. I want to look at it all from all angles. Basically, when you're doing something, you want to get up and take a look at it, walk around it, see if there's any issues or anything. Basically, that's what I'm thinking. That'd be a nice little panel all the way up here. We'll get another piece going in there. 56.5. Let's cut it. Burning through the square stock now, baby. This stuff, what can I say? Doesn't stay on the shelf long when I start making stuff. I enjoy it because it's easy to apply a metal to, and it's easy to fabricate with. You know, if I'm doing something like that, like squaring that all up and using square stock, it seems to be so much easier to do it that way. If you're interested in making shapes and designs and all that sort of stuff, it's just more time, that's all. Not saying it's right or wrong, but this is my simplest way to manufacture a floor and drive shaft tunnel. Simplest way. Give it a little angle because we'll know we'll need it. Let's cut over the corner because we know we'll need it. Basically, I cut it off the right way. I hope so. Sand it, make it smoother. No, I did not. Wrong side. It's right side. Sometimes it pays not to second guess yourself, but I do sometimes. I need to get that. That's right. Looks good. Looks good. Yeah, just have to hold that there, that's all. I cut it right in the car, but that's what I should do. I'm going to mark anyways. Right or wrong, I'm going to cut it. Yeah, that's going up, is it not? cut the tip of her off, and we got her. Cut the tip. No, cut just a little bit off. Nice. Nice. Just a little bit. Ah, well, it's better to do it again and then have it way too short, I guess. But let's cut another saw blade off. Getting some strength back in the car now, you know, doing this stuff, even though it's just tacked together. Believe you and I, it's putting strength back in the car. I need just a millisecond. Putting lots of strength back in the car, tying it back together like that. Beautiful. You know what that was? That was the finishing touches. Finishing touches on that one. I gotta thank everybody for coming back and watching. I appreciate it, you know. We're just building an old car, having fun doing it. Hope you're having fun doing yours, because that's what it's about, you know, and doing it your way. That's where the happiness comes out of it. Doing it your way. And taking advice. Let's get real. Anytime you can take a piece of advice and something goes better, go for it. Can't go that way because I can't see. Turn that light back there, just seemed to be a better place to poke it on. Just hard to hold and make sure you get all in the right place. Shaky son of a gun, wasn't he? Nervous. That's what he was nervous. At least I can poke this side on now, get it right. Yeah. Good. I'm gonna say that's fantastic. Watch your eyeballs there for a sec, here. I'm just gonna sunk that on. Put a little more weld on so I can grind it off. Make sure it looks good. Didn't have to do that, but it's better off. We are looking good, like we've got the exact same distance over there. Perfect, love it, love it, love it. Watch your eyes. Now, let's step back and take a look at it for a second. I have, I don't know what we're heading for time for, but we now have a place to put a dash, with the dash pieces coming off here. We have a firewall that we can start to deal with. We have a transmission tunnel that we've started to deal with. We have a drive shaft tunnel and transmission tunnel that we've dealt with. Everything is square stock. We have not left any unfinished edges anywhere yet, and I don't plan on it, to be honest with you. But we have this area to deal with here, which is, I don't think is a great big deal, but not at all. And we'll end up, you can figure out in your brain how you would add pieces to this, or whatever, add pieces to this, and how you would cap it. Then you can make a pattern for this one, make a pattern for that one, make a pattern for this one. You're going to have to get into your spark plugs, you only reminded me, and the exhaust. So there's, you can make a pattern. You know how you make a pattern for that very easily. On the sides, it's just straight down, like there's no, like this cardboard straight down and trace it off, and that's your pattern. When you get up to here, I wouldn't make it hard. There's a piece right here, goes down like that. Well, why not come down like that with this one, down here, this one, and then make a little piece for the corner. Pretty simple stuff. Weld it on here, down across there to the floor, and then one on the corner going this way, and then the tunnel come meet it that way. We're just going to end up, basically, wherever it tells us where we're going, that's how we're going to finish it. But that's really, once this is all nicely welded together, you could even gusset that in there if you wanted to. Like put a gusset in here, a gusset over there. It's supposed to be strong because it's tied together here, but let's face it, you'd want to make it a little bit stronger. You can gusset it here and a gusset there, whatever. It can be welded from here down to here to make sure this stays out nice and strong and tight and right. Now that we have this connected to the floor is not going anywhere, so we're going to connect it again here, no doubt in my mind, or somewhere it's nice and flat there. We might as well bring something to end it. And once we get that console in there, the floor can't go down. Also, when the car's, when we're doing the frame, that cross member is going to mimic what we got going on here. We'll make the cross member mimic this, and then we can take, when we cut it all out, we'll have something that actually fits the floor that we got going on. But we're going straight forward. Not going to complicate this one inside because I don't think there's anything necessary to. I think the engine more or less says it all in the back tires, and the basic look of the car tells you what it's about. It's not about what? It's about speed. Basically, that's what I'm thinking in my brain, is about speed and interior and the way things look on the inside goes out the window after that. I'm thinking that there, you're thinking safety, the easiest thing to do to be able to work on it. That sort of stuff's coming to mind. Race seats, roll bar, lots of gauges. I'm not sure, but the inside of the car, I've never seen the inside of my dream car before, but this sure does make it easy in the front and the tunnel part to really make that floor all come back around, because that floor looked awesome, and it still does, and we're going to bring it right back around so it really looks awesome again by finishing the firewall and the console. You come back tomorrow, and that's probably what we'll do, is we'll have it all welded up, we'll make patterns, and we're going to make it look like, wow, that went good. Within the hour, framing it up and putting a driveshaft tunnel in it. Couldn't ask any better than that, I wouldn't think. You come back tomorrow and we'll do some more. I want to say one thing. There's a lot of nice people out there, and the reason being is because we have stuff sent to us quite a bit. Some man sent us a grinder, a DeWalt grinder through the mail. Thank you very much. Brand new grinder. Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody that comes and watches every day, because if it wasn't for you guys, listen, I'd be doing this without you guys watching, basically, if you know what I'm trying to say. It's fun to do this sort of stuff, and it does not have to be exactly the way you would do it, but I'm hoping that you can work off it some way. If you didn't like your firewall that way, at least you could work off it and do it another way if you wanted to. Like instead of me coming up through the floor and doing it straight, I could have actually, I still can, come up here with my pipe here, and then come in there with my pipe, and then just square it down. Like, there's something different that could be done there. Basically, take what you like, throw away what you don't like, come back and watch. We want to thank everybody for everything. There's a lot, like I said, one more time, there's a lot of good people out there. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.